of development. We have always asked the president, according to law, find the best way of law to address the issue of Southeast, both the issue of the ipob, the issue of everybody, to address this within the context of law of Nigeria, so that possibly, very quickly, Nnamdi Kanu will be released from prison.
Happy Sunday to you all. Good afternoon. Yesterday, Orji Uzor went to Arise News to play politics with Nnamdi Kanu's detention. Why I agree with some of the things he said, I totally disagree with some of his lies. And this is what I mean by some of his lies. You just listen to him when he said that they have asked Tinubu to find a possible way to release Nnamdi Kanu. That very, very quickly that Nnamdi Kanu would be released. And that is the same story he said last year. That is the same story of last 2 years. And that is the same story of 2022. So every year he is making the same statement that Buhari will release Nnamdi Kanu. From Buhari now, Tinubu will release Nnamdi Kanu. Getting to 2 years, he's saying one thing. But that is not the main thing that I want us to discuss. Take a look at the next thing he said in this interview. Let's be following him one after the other. And
we will continue to live a better life and produce everything. Let me be honest to you. Nigerians are suffering because of the problem we're having in the Southeast. The Southeast can produce everything you buy in China. We can make them in Aba, Newe, and Onitsha. Everything you buy from China. Just give us electricity, give us the way that with it, and give us the direction. We produce everything that you produce in China. The technologies are there, everything, we have it, but we need a better atmosphere. We need to clean away properly in agreement the sit at home, which has cost hundreds of billions of naira out of the Southeast. We need to bring back the I can do it spirit. We need to sing back aging by aging. We need to go back to what we know how to do. When I was governor, a lot of things were being manufactured in Aba. People have begged Aba people to stop putting made in Paris, made in Spain, made in Brazil. They should start putting made in Aba. We can supply every equipment this country needs from that region of the country. President Tinubu himself knows this, because I can tell you twice he slept in Abia when we were governors, he slept in Ibere, and he saw it himself, and he respects that, I'm sure. Once we have good atmosphere, the president will come back to do the needful in our zone. And
now, I agree with this submission. Everything he just said in this particular clip, I agree with it. There is no doubt that the Biafran lands, the Old Eastern region have the capacity even to produce what the whole Africa needs. They have the capacity. Now, this is another chapter where I disagree totally with him. And this is where I said he was playing, or he's still playing politics within Nnamdi Kanu detention. Just spot the lies. Listen to what he's about to say now.
I'm praying that both the lawyers of Nnamdi Kanu and the courts, they should speed up and make sure that it's released according to law of Nigeria. Because I'm sure the President Tinubu will always live to respect the judiciary. People are calling him to intervene. Yes, he will intervene, but through the judiciary. The judiciary have to do their job, and President Tinubu will intervene.
Just stop. Orji Uzor should stop, okay? You should stop now. Stop funding the gullible ones who don't understand the system. You are just trying to play politics within Nnamdi Kanu's detention. What do you mean by Tinubu will intervene when judiciary do their work? If judiciary is doing their work, Nnamdi Kanu is supposed not to be in detention. So if Tinubu want to intervene, there is no need for judiciary to do their work. What happened in the case of Sowore? When the Attorney General of the Federation intervened, Tinubu indirectly intervened, and they took the case fire and they withdrew the case, and Sowore was free. The Meetianda leader who agreed that the terrorists, they call bandits, that they are the one empowering them to kill. They confessed that they killed. They arrested the man. They did not wait for judiciary to finish everything they released him. Why do you people keep on trying to deceive people, deceive the gullible ones who don't understand how the Nigerian system is? It's not fair. It's not fair. So, you see, the first time he said Tinubu is going to intervene very quickly. Now he's saying the judiciary have to do their work. Which work? Did Nnamdi Kanu have case to answer? You see the way these people try to manipulate people who don't reason. But you know what? The time of all this manipulation have passed because we have outgrown all these politics with Nnamdi Kanu's detention and so on and so forth. Orji Kanu, what you said is just totally lie upon lie. Anyway, step by step, let's be following what he's saying.
So I believe that as soon as possible and practicable that Nnamdi Kanu will be released and the area will be very quiet.
All right, very quickly, sir, before we let you go, just two quick questions. First will be, what role do you think that your Ohanaeze Ndigbo can play in the sort of renaissance for the Igbo nation, for the Southeast development that you spoke about? You used Eyin by Eyin just now. So Senator Azuta Mbata has just been appointed, as you're aware, as the President General of Ohanaeze. What role do you think that they're able to play, in this renaissance? And then secondly, I would like you to reflect, a bit on the class of 1999 to 2007 governors, of course, which you came out from. I believe that at that time, you were probably the youngest in that class. But interestingly, that class has now produced a sitting president. That class has produced a secretary to the government of the Federation. You are a member of that class and you are in the Senate. So you can conveniently say that you are the ruling class in the last 25 years of Nigeria's political history. Do you think that you guys have done well? What areas do you think that you can use to show example to Nigerians that you mean well for their welfare?
Well, let me start from Ohanaeze and Senator Azuta Mbata have just been made president of Ohanaeze, and I congratulate him sincerely. I was in Ibere the day it was on, and I made a call to him, congratulating him for being elected. I'm sure having his exposure, is a businessman like me, and is well exposed. He was a senator in the Nigerian Senate, and he is not a very local person. So he's a cosmopolitan person. I'm sure he's going to drive Ohanaeze out of politics and drive them to social cultural activities and negotiation for the Igbos instead of playing politics. And I know Senator Mbata very well. He will keep away from politics with his leadership to be able to package Ohanaeze what we should be, have direct discussion with people. And I believe also that our zone, as you said, will benefit a lot from the new leadership of Ohanaeze, because almost all the governors, from the progressive governors, Chairman Hope Uzodinma, to my own governor, Alex Uti, to Peter Mba, to Wufere of Ebonyi State, and to Soludo of Anambra State. All of them are all totally endorse him. So his leadership is not in question, and I'm sure he's going to do a lot of job for not only Igbo nation, for stability of Nigeria. And you asked me about our state. Yes. Our set of governors, we have not totally been in leadership. This is the first time we are taking the helm of affairs. And you can see the reforms that are coming by President Nnamdi Tinubu. We are very lucky. We produced the first president, President Yaradua. And we're also producing President Tinubu and the Secretary to Government. We are two senior senators in the National Assembly, myself and Senator Adamu Alero. He was also in that class. So our class have done very well because we are sincere to what we can do for Nigeria. We are very, very sincere for what we can offer to Nigerian people, but opportunities just coming at a very difficult time. And this is why we're advising our classmates to make sure that they do thorough reform that will bring economic prosperity to Nigerian people. The way the prosperity is in my heart, yes. I wish that President Tinubu will listen to every script we want him to follow, and we will change Nigeria in the next 4 years. because
All right.
President Tinubu is very bold, and he had the boldness to do it. And once you have the boldness, you'll be able to implement it. The problem is that the Nigerian presidents have been afraid of going a way in and way out. So I think that once President Tinubu continues his courage and saying we must do it, as long as it's for Nigerians, we will support him, and Nigerian people will support him.
Yeah, that was part of the interview he granted to the Arise News. You see, talk is cheap, very, very cheap. But at the same time, talk is very dangerous when you are not facing the reality. Nobody should talk about development or all those things without security. From the north to the south, from the east to the west. The western governors, the Yoruba governors, they just met to activate the regional security because they were alerted that Boko Haram and ISWAP are already in Yoruba land. Now, the army spokesperson yesterday was telling us something very terrible, that they were foreign mercenaries who are coming into the country. You know what that means? To support the terrorists. That is very dangerous. That should be the concern of Orji Uzor Kanu. The concern of Orji Uzor Kanu should be that Nnamdi Kanu is in detention illegally. There is no need to tell Tinubu that he should release Nnamdi Kanu quickly. At the same time, he is still saying judiciary should do their work. It's purely deception. It's deception, and he just wants to make sure he says something that the public will maybe admire. Now, this is the truth. Everybody from the core southeast, especially the core southeast, which is major part of the Old Eastern region, anybody from the core southeast, it's only one thing that brings them together: the name of Biafra. You might not like what I'm saying. You might believe this, you might not believe it. But that's the name, Biafra. That is what brings them together. And the true picture of Biafra at the present now is Nnamdi Kanu. So that is why you see all these governors, they like to use Nnamdi Kanu to play politics, to appease the mind of people who don't think well, who don't reason well. So if you just see Orji Uzor Kanu on Arise News saying very quickly Nnamdi Kanu will be released, you'll be saying, yeah, these people they are doing well, they are wishing Nnamdi Kanu to be. No. Afterward, he went on to say that the court should do what they want to do. Do we have, which court are you talking about? The criminal justice system we have. Is it what you are talking about? If Tinubu wanted to intervene, when he assumed office, he will ask the AGF, withdraw the case of Nnamdi Kanu. Court of Appeal have discharged him before. Supreme Court says the federal government did mistake by kidnapping him, by invading his house, by revoking his bail. So what else do you want? What else do you want? So I respect elderly people, but when some people don't want to face the reality or tell the truth to the younger ones, it is something that annoys me a lot. So Orji Uzor Kanu is already with white hair. He's a billionaire. He has nothing to lose, absolutely nothing to lose by saying the truth. Yeah, by saying the truth. Okay, even though you said, okay, Nnamdi Kanu, because of the broadcast he did, blah, 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 where did he do the broadcast? Did the law permit you to try him for the broadcast he did in London? If it is a crime, why don't Britain arrest him? The man don't have anything to answer. They don't have anything to answer. So let us face the reality. People are dying in the bush, terrorists everywhere. Almost the whole Nigeria is under siege. But people don't know what is going on. Anyway, what do I know?